Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we want to try to get these motors centralized in the Dola frame. So we're going to put them in. You want the fused end of the motor to face the pointy end of the middle spindle. Because this is the top of the Girandola, the flat side is the top. So that allows you to put a wrap around a zip tie or a string around the bottom of the motor to prevent it from pushing up through the tube. Now, since I make these myself, I am going to hot glue them all in. I see no need to try to save the frame because, you know, I'm just more or less experimenting, so I'm not going to spend the time to wrap all that in. I've hot glued all my motors in and I've not had any trouble. The Miller gerbs, as you see, we're going to hot glue them just to hold them in place, and then we use zip ties into zip tie holes. But so what we want to do is we just want to kind of eyeball a motor and make sure that it's centralized in the frame. And we'll kind of mark it with our thumb here, and we'll get a Sharpie over here. Remember, this is the fused end. That's the bottom side. We're going to mark it straight, and then that way when we put that in, it's going to mate up right there. So we've got a nice centralized motor. Now we've got that done, we're going to use that motor to mark the rest of them. Make sure you don't put one in upside down. I've done it before. It's not fun to get it back out if you hot glue them. So these are all of our black powder motors we'll do first. I don't drop everything. Okay, now we're going to do our whistle. I'm using a Sally whistle only because I've had good luck with it. I know that it wouldn't last if we stored these after they were built, but that's just what I've got made up. I'm going to make some mini whistle because really they have no propulsion at all. They're just there to make noise. The black powder motors are doing all the work. Alright, so now we have all of our motors marked. Next we're going to put them in there. Again, the way I'm doing this, I'm going to hot glue these in. It's a one-use frame this way, but if you want to tie them in, that works good too. You can use zip ties, you can use string, but the fastest way to do it is to hot glue them in. And we're going to move these shells out of the area and the quick match, and then we'll get the hot glue gun out and we'll hot glue these guys in.